In one of my final days of my English semester, we watched the 2006 movie, She's the Man. The movie is directed by Andy Fickman, who directed things like Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, Kevin Can Wait, and Kevin James' stand-up special. He works with Kevin James a lot. The film is written by Ewan Leslie, Karen McCullough, and Kristen Smith, the latter two working together previously for writing 10 Things I Hate About You, which is one of my favorite movies. It's very near and dear to my heart, and Legally Blonde, which is a movie I don't give a shit about. It stars Amanda Bynes as Viola and Channing Tatum as Orsino. The film is a retelling of the classic Shakespeare story, Twelfth Night, which is a romantic comedy. Here's a brief summary of it. Essentially, there's a boat that crashes. Viola and her brother Sebastian, who look a lot alike. Maybe that'll come back in the future, maybe it won't, who knows? They get separated. Each thinks the other one is dead. Just finger to the throat means death. Yeah, other thinks the other one's dead. So, Viola, who's essentially the main character of the story, decides to dress up like a man, call herself Cesario, and go work for the Duke Orsino, which is the Duke of Illyria, which is the area that they are in. But Duke Orsino is in love with Olivia, who is played in the play movie that we watched by the old guy, I'll put his face right here, the older tech genius in Don't Look Up. Yeah, he loves Olivia. But, surprise fucker, Olivia falls in love with Viola, who she believes to be Cesario. That's a big triangle. It's a love triangle. One way, one way, one way. Oh no. Oh yeah, and Viola loves Orsino, but that's kind of important. The play ends with, spoiler alert. Alright, you fast forwarded. The play ends with Viola getting married, now revealing herself to be Viola to Duke Orsino, and Sebastian, remember Sebastian from before, getting married to Olivia. That's just a very brief nutshell description. If you want a more in-depth summary of this, I'll put one in the cards. I think it's right there, but if it's not, it's over here. So yeah, I'll put one in the cards. It's actually a good 10-minute summary of the movie, which is essentially the plot. It follows the same beats. The movie is a pretty faithful retelling of Twelfth Night, going as far as having the characters have the same name, such as Amanda Bynes' character being named Viola, Channing Tatum's character being named Duke Orsino. Duke is his first name, Orsino is his last name, which is kind of stupid, but okay. And Lauren Ramsey's character is named Olivia. That's how the triangle works. There are also two characters named Toby and Andrew, who I don't really remember, but I googled for this video, and yep, surprise fucker, they're in this. So, yeah, Toby and Andrew, who essentially, in the play, movie, whatever, have their own subplot. Not, when I say movie, I don't mean this movie, I mean in another movie. They essentially have their own subplot, which I honestly enjoyed more than the play. But, okay, yeah. Blah, blah, blah. It also has the same story structure of the love triangle and the bass beats of, instead of Viola getting separated by a boat crash from Sebastian, Sebastian goes on a trip for 3 weeks. And then they meet at the end. Ta-da! The film is about Viola, who's the protagonist of this film, who goes to play soccer at her brother's school while he is in London, England for, I think, 2-3 weeks. She goes to play soccer, dresses up like him, puts a wig on, doesn't cut her hair, but we'll come back to that, dresses up as him and pretends to be a guy to join the boys' soccer team. But guess what? Oh no! She falls in love with Orsino, who wants to date Olivia, but surprise fucker, Olivia falls in love with Sebastian, who she believes to be with Viola, who she believes to be a Sebastian. Okay, now to what I like before what I disliked about this film, because there was some good, there's always some bad. Not in all cases. Baby Driver, I see no flaws in that movie whatsoever. But, okay, continuing on. I went into this movie expecting it to be some super predictable fucking rom-com, where I thought it was just gonna follow the base rom-com format of person A meets person B, but surprise, motherfucker. Person A has a secret. Oh no! That's so terrible! Why? Oh my god, that's so bad! Things are going good between the two and their relationship's building and building and building. But, surprise fucker, oh no, person B finds out that person A has a secret. And then that just tends to break it off. And then, but at the end of the movie, person B forgives person A and they live happily ever after. I really like the twist on this in the movie Promising Young Woman, which I will do a review for soon. But if you don't know, Promising Young Woman, I would highly recommend watching it. Huge trigger warning. Rape is a constant factor in this movie, and sexual harassment and sexual assault. Constant factor in this movie. I'd highly recommend watching it, but it is fucking intense. Anyways, that movie follows the format. Person A meets person B. Person A being Carey Mulligan's character and person B being Bo Burnham's character. Get it? B, because Bo Burnham, I just thought of that on the spot. I'm so smart! Alright, person A meets person B. Carey Mulligan meets Bo Burnham. Things are going good. Spoiler alert for that movie. Person B, Bo Burnham's character, in a heartbreaking scene, Carey Mulligan's character finds out that Bo Burnham's character took part in the rape that happened against her friend Cassie, which made her kill herself. It's a very intense scene, and I think both actors played it perfectly to a fucking T. And, okay, that got dark. And then, at the end of that movie, it follows the format, essentially, but at the end of that movie, things aren't getting forgiven. Cuts off there. But that's an example of a take on this that I really like of the format. But it just cuts it off. It adds its own little spin on it. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. Moving on. Normally, I honestly hate this format. I don't like movies where it's super predictable what's going to happen, where I can see the ending coming from the very beginning of the movie. I don't like that at all. But there is a movie called 10 Things I Hate About You, and it's one of my personal favorite rom-coms. If not, yeah, it's my favorite rom-com of all time. And it follows this format, but it has a take on it that I really like. Patrick, which is the late great Heath Ledger's character, dates Kat, played by Julia Stiles. But, oh no! Patrick is being paid by Joey, who's the school asshole, to take Kat out so Joey can date Bianca, Kat's sister. So yeah, it finds out about that. Things are going good, Kat finds out, oh no, they end things, but guess what? Big romantic gesture, they're together by the end. I honestly love that movie, but I don't know why this movie is the exception for me, but it just is here. I love the acting, and I love the writing, I love the characters, and the dialogue's fantastic. I don't know why that's probably why this movie is the exception for me, but this movie, it follows that format essentially, but there's good comedy in this movie, which can make a rom-com more interesting to me and make me like it more. I find that this movie has good comedy. I genuinely, don't get me wrong, it never made me burst out laughing like I did in The 40-Year-Old Virgin or like in other comedy movies, but it did genuinely make me giggle a lot at some point. Like in the scene where Gold, who is played by the fantastic David Cross, takes the megaphone thing and puts it in the guy's face after she finds out that Sebastian has the penis and says, "Oh, so what's that like?" That scene just makes me laugh a lot, and most of the comedy moments in this movie are from. I also enjoyed the acting from the characters. One of my favorite scenes in this movie is when Channing Tatum's character is just extremely mad at Viola because Sebastian, who's at the school not knowing what the fuck's going on, Olivia kissed Sebastian thinking it was Viola. And Orsino saw that. So Channing Tatum is extremely mad at Olivia because he thinks that's who it is. And that's one of my favorite scenes in the movie. And I honestly love that scene, and it kind of makes this movie for me. That was my recap of the good. Now time for the bad parts of this movie. This movie has one part of it, one huge flaw to me, and it might not bother you at all, but it sticks out like a goddamn sore thumb to me, and I fucking hate it so fucking much. And I know I'm swearing a lot, but I hate it so much. If my counting's right, it happened 6 different times, which just bugs me way too much. But Alex, what's this thing, you might ask? Well, I'll tell you what this thing is. This thing is when the tension builds and builds and builds, and you think, oh no, are they going to find out that Viola's not a guy, and she's not Sebastian, and Sebastian's her brother, and are they going to send her home and kick her out? Oh no, oh bother, oh no, oh no. No, it's just comedic relief. A lot of this happened with Gold's character, but I don't exactly remember the moments. Or like with the tampon. They had Duke Orsino finds out that Viola has tampons in her bag, which obviously we know the reason for. They don't, because they think, aren't you a dude? So what they does, and they're like, oh shit, are they gonna find out this early in the movie? And obviously they wouldn't find out this early in the movie. That would kill the movie, and that would just roll credits right there. But no, what they do is they make it comedic. She sticks the tampon in her nose and says, oh yeah, it's for bloody nose. Comedic relief. Ha 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 ha, ha 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 ha, so funny, so quirky, oh my god. Besides that, most of my annoyances with this movie were just small nitpicks, like, as I mentioned before, cut your hair. Why use a wig? Just cut your fucking hair. I don't know, like, a wig can fly off. Your hair can't. I don't know why would you not just cut your hair? And also, people would notice if the accent was just, oh, hi, I'm Dave. Hi, I'm Dave. Hi, I'm Sebastian. I'm Sebastian. People would notice that, right? Right, I'm not, like, the only one that would throw off in the conversation, like, did your accent just okay, cool. Like, I'm not the only one that would throw off, right? I don't know. This movie, I liked it. I'm going to talk about it more in my voiceover recap. Take it away, voiceover me. Have a good one, and bye-bye. You video face me. Alrighty, so, video recap. I was surprised by this movie. I was not expecting to enjoy it whatsoever, because I normally dislike the rom-com format, as I mentioned, unless they can have some interesting take on it. However, I assume that this was different because of the comedic notes for me, and the talent coming from the actors. I honestly liked it. I wouldn't watch it again, but I liked it. It was a good movie for what it was. Alright, if you want to follow any of my social media links, they'll be down in the description. If you want to subscribe, the button is also near the description. I kind of forget where it is. And if you want to like, I'd really appreciate it. Alright, have a good day, and bye-bye!